Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar. I've never seen a company stack so many L's upon L's. Now you might be like, whoa Muda, another Rockstar Games video, and you know why? It's because, honest to God, if this company didn't make good single player games, I would not care. You know the last time I played an EA game? Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and I'm pretty sure that's because those games were from a different era. You know the last time I played a Ubisoft game? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You know the last time I finished a Ubisoft game? Not Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Oh boy, 80 hours of the same goddamn mission over and over again. Seems fun. Wake me up when Watch Dogs 4 comes out. Hopefully that might be good. Hopefully that might follow the reigns of 2. Hopefully. You know, Rockstar Games makes some pretty banger single-player titles. And for me, growing up in the PlayStation 2 generation, this is basically our this is like, you know, the biggest publisher for us. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is a yearly replay for me, and it's one of the best games ever made. It's probably my most played Steam Deck game at the moment. And you know what? It's got so much to it. Absolute banger. And this is the same company that recently has been taken L after L. And you know what? It started off with Grand Theft Auto Online. Still to this day, leaking out IP addresses all the time. Wow. Banger. Awesome job. Don't play GTA Online unless you have a VPN, kiddos. Otherwise, your IP is just going to get sent out to every nerd on the internet. Okay, well, whatever. Rockstar hasn't fixed that. But hey, at least they made the snacks easier to eat in GTA 5. Banger job. What about the GTA trilogy, the definitive edition they made, the definitive joke, if you will, that's still to this day broken? Imagine outsourcing your legacy banger titles to some Grove Street Games, understaffed, underworked, they have no idea what they're in over their heads, really. And instead of taking this project in-house like you should have, you release this crap fest that's still a crappy fest until today. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, Rockstar Games still makes some good titles. Red Dead Redemption 2, probably one of the best single-player experiences I've played. Still, I'm replaying it for like the third time on PC. Absolutely amazing experience. But, you know, a company that once stood as sort of the counterculture front, a company that stood in the flames of controversy and oftentimes parodied other titles, I still just recently played GTA 5 and came across Jimmy playing Righteous Slaughter 7 for like the millionth time. And I realized, damn, Rockstar ain't too far away from the developers of that crap fest too. But, you know, there were some original members for GTA. GTA is one of the longest running franchises. You know, it's been around here since the PS1 days, the MS-DOS days. I made a video a while back where I looked at some of their old school websites and just laughed. But, you know, it was a great experience. It was a great time back in the day, full of soul, full of heart. I would say that the Rockstar Games of today is anything close. And the reason why I'm making this video is because Rockstar Games has absolutely copyright striked and shut down any form of game development footage that has existed, over 25, almost 30 years ago? Now, this is Mike Daly. For those of you who don't know, this is one of the co-founders of Rockstar North, DMA Design. He's also one of the original creators, the concept creators on Lemmings and the original Grand Theft Auto. I see Rockstar going full fuckers mode again. I love Scottish people, dude. Issuing copyright strikes to any GTA video they can find, including both my prototype videos. So now they're trying to block all release of anyone's work on a game and any old development footage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to start off by saying, obviously, before the people come into the chat going, Bermuda, they own the development footage, it's their right. You know, as somebody that loves game preservation, one of my favorite types of content on the internet is anything related to game development footage. Some of my favorite channels on this platform are Digital Foundry, where I look at old school retro games, where we look at how graphic technology works. And especially when it comes to older video games from the PS2, PS1 era, I love seeing game development stuff onto it. Hell, even when I play a modern day game and I can unlock game development background, I always choose to, because it's really interesting and fascinating to see a big piece of art come to life by hundreds, if not thousands, of developers around the world. Now, what kind of footage were they taking away? This is footage from GTA 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start off by saying this is engine footage. Now, I can't show you any of this because if I do, Rockstar will probably take down this video as well. There are two surviving pieces of engine footage, and by engine footage, these were engine concepts. As a game gets made, its engine is sort of fleshed out. Now, this person wasn't leaking anything from the current Rockstar's advanced game engine, which powers GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar's table tennis, fucking GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption 1. So it wasn't like he's leaking current industry trade secrets. This is shit from 25 to nearly 30 years ago. Of course, the only surviving footage exists as re-uploads, which could probably get taken down at any moment. Who knows? But this is all just simple 1-minute game footage of just engines regarding GTA and GTA 2. That's all it is. Now, of course, if you all remember GTA 1 and GTA 2, it ended up being top-down games, semi-3D, but mostly top-down 2D experiences. To shut that down after so many years is kind of petty and dumb, and it actually makes you look bad in front of the general community. Obviously, you're going to get roasted for shutting down any of it, especially when it comes from one of the original founders of the franchise. Like, it's just, there's no goddamn respect this company has anymore. It's like so corporate soulless. Take-Two has taken over. Honestly, at this point, Take-Two and Rockstar might just be one and the same. It's so wild to see how something so harmless was taken down out of nowhere. It's not like Rockstar is doing anything of note at the moment. It's not like they're working on Red Dead Online or anything. It's not like they're working on GTA Online, or rather fixing up some of these old legacy issues they've had for years. It's not as if this company is really teasing out GTA 6 at the moment after such a long development time. No, instead they're wasting their time pimping out cars for GTA Plus and doing this crap. It got so bad that Mike Daly removed all the GTA development stuff, which means we lost a lot of cool game preservation stuff. And literally only direct examples of my own work are left, work that was never used in GTA, but inspired parts of its evolution. You can thank Rocksuck. I would like to say Rockstar is pretty much in the wrong in this situation. And obviously from a community perspective, why they chose to hunt this down after so many years has passed kind of just baffles me. It's not as if this was, again, leaking industry trade secrets. The company clearly just wanted to flex its legal muscle, and they did. I will never work for Rockstar again. When the entire quality assurance team contracts ended, we were asked to come in the next day, only for about 30 to be fired one by one. I survived and moved to Avalanche immediately after, and then didn't even credit most of them or myself. Fucked culture. Again, this is also a scenario of QA. I remember one point I wanted to be a game tester because it sounded really cool, but as I grew the fuck up, I realized, damn, son, slave labor still exists, and we call that QA in the games industry. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, obviously this isn't the most massive loss in the world. I know that some people will think, whatever, it's just some footage from old game design stuff, old game engine era stuff. But of course, there's other things like, for instance, a 10-page design document that we'll never actually see at all, which, again, for most people doesn't seem like a big deal. But for somebody like me who enjoys this kind of content, and to see it go away from a lot of these companies just comes across as really shitty and petty behavior. Watching old game design and watching old game footage for me is one of my pastimes and one of the things that I love doing on YouTube. And to see this happening is kind of shitty to look at from a game preservationist perspective. But as somebody that's a fan of the GTA franchise, and as somebody that is a fan of like these people, again, a lot of these people like Mike Daly kind of made my childhood, made my formative gaming years. And to see even these guys get hit from a soulless company at this point is just kind of really shitty to watch. Honestly, Rockstar, you kind of fucked up a lot. And instead of actually, making W's to this point, instead of taking those W's, they keep stacking these L's constantly, consistently putting the knife into their community and twisting it ever so deep. Honest to God, I'm one of the last people to say I'm not excited for GTA 6, because I'm sure that'll be a great single-player experience out there, but I miss the old company that oftentimes was there with the community rather than against it. It really seems like Rockstar is just, again, more interested in their multiplayer component, making that fleshed out, making it work, and kind of just demonizing and going up against the community is really what it seems like. Rockstar of yesteryears would make single-player downloadable content that would absolutely flesh out and rival, the map packs other companies would release at the time. I remember to this day, GTA 4 with Lost in the Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony absolutely slapping the DLC from the other competitors at the time. And of course, with a company like them, they were working on games like Red Dead Redemption, making zombie expansions for it. Hell, We don't even have single-player expansions like that for Red Dead 2. Hell, we don't even have online expansions worth a damn for that experience. So I have to imagine what Rockstar is really doing, other than actually demonizing and sort of, pissing off the community. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar. Sad day, but if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.